I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22.
Feeling 22. You know what?
Did you see that coming?
I totally, because I was going to say it.
Were you?
I was going to say that, and then I was also going to say konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa.
Because we're in the month of March.
We are.
And
March
we're
challenge.
learning Japanese.
We have so much to talk about today.
First
of all, let's start with your Canadian tuxedo.
Thank you. Listen, I'm trying it, folks. I don't know. Now that I see it on camera, I'm like, do I love it?
I do like. I think you should stand up, show the belt, show the
I
whole
have a
thing.
whole like I tried to bring that. I've got like brown boots,
brown shoes. You got some gold jewelry going on.
Listen, friends.
I think you look great.
She's 40 and she's trying.
I like it.
You know,
you thrifted this. You said.
Actually, the shirt and the pants, Goodwill.
That's impressive. They do match very well as well.
Well, this was my thought because literally, it's embarrassing how much thought went into this. But like, how close do the denims need to be? Is it better to contrast? Is it better to like
my
darker
thoughts, and I could be wrong on this, is that you either want them identical or very different. That would be my thought.
But mine aren't.
They aren't identical.
You
didn't hit either of those. It looks good. Maybe I'm wrong because it does look good.
Oh, I don't know. But let's talk about you and the lack of denim.
No denim. I haven't worn denim since Canada. We did the Canadian tuxedos in Whistler for the bachelor party.
You were like, that's enough for me.
That's it. I think that's the only denim I've worn this entire year.
Sticking to it.
I'm just not. It's just uncomfortable for me.
Do you know what I did?
What did you do?
I got denim that fit me. That changed things.
That might be it. Yeah, I have a hard time finding because I have short legs.
Same.
And I have large legs. So finding.
Same.
No, I'm weirdly proportioned. Like I have usually if you have large legs, the pants are longer.
Yeah.
And so and jeans are kind of hard to get hemmed, so I end up rolling them up. Yep. And I've just never found jeans that I like.
I hear you. Yeah. It's a problem. But
I'm not against it. I'm not against wearing jeans in the future, but I'm just in my Lululemon ABC pants era.
ABC is the type of Lululemon pants, or is that a different?
That is the style.
How many do you own?
I think I own 4. No. I have tan, I have khakis, black, like a gray bluish, and then a green. Mm-hmm. And that's literally all I wear. Those are the only pants that I wear. I love nowadays, it. So.
It's like, have you heard the capsule wardrobe?
Yes.
I love that.
That's what I'm going for.
Yeah. Yeah.
Usually I'm wearing Lululemon on bottom, and then either if I'm a theory shirt on top or a short sleeve button up, and those are or a t-shirt.
It's your uniform.
Yeah. And I wear the same, either white shoes every day, or I have some brown leather shoes, or my like tennis shoes or gym shoes. So,
it's great.
I know. I'm simplifying my life.
Well, and that's like a whole thing too of keeping your mornings smooth. Mm-hmm. You don't have to think too much.
And I don't even do it in the morning. Night before.
Wow.
I'm packing my bag. I'm planning out my outfits. It's pretty great.
Are you guys still hitting your gym in the mornings?
Every morning.
Up in Bellevue?
Bellevue?
Yeah. Every morning.
Every morning. I know. It's been a consistent start to 2024.
That's pretty great.
Yeah. I mean, we've talked about this, but it's definitely nice having a gym that we like love. Like I love our gym. It's like the vibe there, the people there, everything's very nice. We sit in the sauna like every day. There's a cafe there. It's just
well, now we have our sauna up and running.
Yeah.
Which you guys need to come check out.
It looks amazing.
It's pretty great. I do wish though that I had a place like that I could go to.
Yeah.
That I loved.
There's not a whole lot in this area. I haven't found anything in Tacoma like that. This morning, actually, so Kyle Dedden, who we know who works in the real estate industry, he invited me to his gym. He's been trying to get me to come to his gym for like years, and I finally said yes today. So I met him at his gym this morning, which is like a CrossFit.
I was going to say, I thought he's CrossFit.
He does CrossFit, which I like CrossFit workouts. A lot of the workouts I do at my gym in Bellevue are like CrossFit style. Okay. So I've stayed within that type of workout. And so I did that this morning, but then afterwards, like there was a shower, but it wasn't great. So
you're like, sorry, Kyle, where's the sauna? Where's the steam room?
So I actually I drove to a different gym to use that sauna and shower and stuff. That's because I belong to LA Fitness for the pool. And again, I sound really bougie right now, but and I am a little bougie.
Just so we all are clear, you belong to LA Fitness for the pool.
Yes. I'm a triathlete, Jamie.
I forgot who I was talking to.
I try to swim once a month, so I need a pool. Okay. So it's probably indulgent, but I pay about $40 a month for LA Fitness to use it once or twice a month, which is that's definitely
well, I mean,
exuberant. But I also get a discount on my gym in Bellevue because I'm like part of a family plan, so it all works out.
I actually I don't think that's that bad.
It's an investment into my future and my fitness. And
$40 not just for a pool, but for the odd shower you might need.
Yes, exactly.
You don't like the current gym you're at.
100%. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
worth it. Worth every penny.
So yeah, that shower cost me $10 this morning. Maybe 20 if we allocate it. Yeah. Cost per use.
I love it.
All right. How are you?
Are you feeling 22?
I am. I'm feeling good. Youthful.
Love it.
You?
No. Absolutely not. No, I actually had a moment this weekend. I knew we were recording today, and I was thinking, our whole thing is like, how was your weekend? My weekends are so consumed by other people's plans.
Oh, yeah.
That I remember being 22 or just being without kids, even like pre-Chad or with Chad, whatever, it doesn't matter.
PC.
But like being able to just do what I wanted on the weekends.
You know what? Have we talked about kids yet on this podcast? Like, we've talked about your kids. Have we talked about like my
I'd love
potential
to go
kids?
into that. Yes, let's do it.
I'm still on the fence about kids.
Yeah.
I haven't shut the door to it completely.
Has having Stevie changed anything, like positive or negative?
No.
Oh,
probably
interesting.
Not. I don't think so. I mean, I love having a dog. I'll have dogs forever.
Okay.
My main issue with kids, one of them,
let's hear it,
is just that what you just said. Like, I love my independence. I love being able to do what I want on weekends. And I don't know if I want to give that up. Yeah. Like, as a gay man, I don't have to bring kids into the world. Like, there's ways to do it. You can do there's lots of different scientific ways you can do it.
Sure.
If we have kids, we probably won't go that route. I don't feel the need for it. There's enough kids out there who need a home, that don't have a home.
Yeah.
So if we do decide to have kids, we'll probably adopt or foster or something along those lines. But
huge but.
I don't know. I don't know if I want kids.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at. Sorry, Mom, if you're listening. We'll see.
It sounds like we're still on the fence, though.
Still on the fence. Yeah. I'm 29. I could be 34 and all of a sudden have this like strong desire for kids.
Right.
And everyone who has kids is like, oh, it changed my life. Like, it gave me a whole new sense of purpose. And I get that. And I see that. And I want that maybe.
Maybe.
But I'm at today. If you're asking me today, I would say I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Kids or not.
Maybe just like you're not ready.
Definitely not ready.
This is not a
season. And I don't feel that I'll be ready soon.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of people are having kids later nowadays, which is, and we don't have a time clock either, which is nice. Like, there's not a biological thing going on.
Totally.
So yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. Yeah. It is interesting. I used to work at a preschool, and I remember having a family who, their daughter, I just remember she was so well behaved, super I was in a toddler classroom. So she was just like a chill toddler. And I was like, she is amazing. And everyone's like, yeah, I think it's because we're old. And I just thought that was such a funny response. But she's like, yeah, we're kind of like pretty chill at home. We don't really mind. I don't know. It's just interesting. Yeah. I always stuck out in my head of like, being an older parent and having a different perspective on life.
Then I also see like Eric in our office, who has 3 kids already at 27 or 20. He's probably 28. And
only 28.
So his kids will probably all be out of the house by the time he's like early to mid 40s.
Yeah.
And that's kind of crazy.
But Eric, I feel like could also retire next year.
Yeah,
he just seems beyond.
He's beyond, yeah,
the normal
totally
stuff.
He has a different life trajectory than most people do.
It is crazy. Yeah.
So yeah, TBD on kids. Maybe episode 152, I'll have an update.
So speaking of children, just a quick update on Piper and her wrist.
Yes,
from
is she
last
okay?
week. Austin, is she okay? She's 100% fine.
I saw her come to the office with what's it called? A wrap on her.
Sling.
A sling.
You saw her with a sling?
Yeah.
And a full arm brace?
Immediately, I was like, what is this?
What is this?
You had posted
shenanigans.
You had posted on your Instagram story about it, and I hadn't watched that yet. So I saw it for the first time in person.
In the office at lunchtime, when she should be at school.
And my initial reaction should have been empathy. But it wasn't.
It shouldn't have been.
It was like, what's going on?
Because
today?
You know her now. You've gotten used to her antics. So here's the thing. That was what day was that? Last Tuesday. Because we were here for a team meeting.
Yeah.
And I go in to wake the girls up Tuesday morning, and she's got her arm like propped on a pillow. Mind you, the girls have their own bedrooms, but they like to sleep in Allie's bed at night.
Yeah.
So I go in, and Piper's arm is propped on a pillow. And she is like, oh, Mom, something happened to my arm last night. And I was like, what happened? And she said she and Allie couldn't sleep. So she was having Allie braid her hair, and she had her arms behind her back, like as she was braiding her hair.
Yeah.
And Allie moved one of her arms and they both heard a pop, a crack, some sort of crazy noise, and instant pain. I'm like, I can see right through this. We are trying to get out of school.
Yeah.
I know for a fact an arm doesn't break by moving it from that position. Like, it's one thing if she fell and they heard some, from a distance, there was some sort of major impact. Allie's swatting her arm to the side.
Yeah.
No, absolutely not. But here she is favoring. I kept my eyes on her. Like, I would like try to sneak into the room because she kept having it. Like, she was acting like she couldn't put it straight.
Yeah.
So I kept like trying to catch her like down. And like one time I did. One time I walked past the room, it was down, and she kind of saw me at the corner of her eye and she brought it back up.
Like, ah!
Yeah. I was like, but then she's like, no, she wanted to go to school with it in a semi sling that she concocted herself with a baby blanket. I was like, do it. Go to school like that. Get attention for that.
Yeah.
And like, what are you going to do?
I mean, that's probably what this is about.
Attention.
She likes the attention, right?
I feel like there's probably one or two listeners who are concerned about my child's like, mental state.
Well, the hard thing is this is going to be like the girl who cried wolf a little bit. Like
100%.
With these like over dramatified reactions, like what if something bad does happen? Right? You're not going to believe her.
Absolutely.
That's kind of scary.
And the thing is like, this happened before with the whole ankle incident, and we went and got an x-ray, blah, blah, blah. I had that moment with this where I was like, could it have done something weird? Like, from what she described, they're on a bed. Allie moved her arm.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even in anger. Like, sometimes it can get physical and like be fighting. I was like, it wasn't even in anger. So there wasn't even like a harshness to the movement.
Yeah.
So I'm like, there's just no way. But here's what happened. She went to the nurse. The nurse messaged me and said, I've given her some ice. It doesn't look swollen. I don't see anything. But just thought I'd give you a heads up. I'm like, great. Thanks for the update. 20 minutes later, Piper's back in my office. She's saying the ice made it worse. I'm like, that's odd. Highly unlikely. And so I just said, okay, I'm just going to come get her and I'm going to have Chad wrap it and put it in like a proper sling. So we did that. Tuesday evening, we've been going to a trivia night with some friends. So Chad and I went off to that. We come back. She's jumping around.
Oh my
that
gosh.
arm is free as a bird. There is not a problem in sight.
Wow.
Miraculous.
So she's doing great now.
She's better than ever.
Wow. That is a miracle.
Here's the thing. She got out of school.
Yeah.
She got to come to the office.
Yeah.
I just don't know. I mean,
she got some attention in class.
She got some attention. Yeah. I honestly believe
some airtime on the podcast.
Well, here's the thing. The night before this all went down, we were talking about things, and she was talking about wanting to be an actress when she's older. And I'm like, do you really want to be an actress, or do you just like the idea of fame? Like, you like the idea of getting your picture taken and being popular and those, like, just trying to think through, because we have put her in multiple acting camps and she didn't love it, nor unfortunately did she really thrive. It wasn't like, wow, there's the, like, I don't know. That sounds so awful. But I just was like, I just don't know. And then on Tuesday, when she pulled this whole thing off, I was like, all right, maybe there's something here.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a hidden talent that she's going to be an actress, preferably with an injury as a character,
Yeah. There's something there. There's something that needs to be nurtured and cultivated.
There's something.
I don't know what.
Whether it's by a therapist or by some sort of
coach or something.
Talent actor coach. Yeah. So anyways, jury's out on Piper. Yeah. But other than that, we're doing great.
My prayers are with you and your family.
Thank you.
So that was, so we haven't chatted in like 2 weeks.
We've had 2 weekends.
So should we go 2 weekends ago first and then last weekend?
Yeah.
Do you have?
Yeah. Why don't you go? Because I just told you a lot of stories about my dramatic.
I have some notes. So as always. Otherwise I won't.
Comes
I won't
prepared.
Remember. It won't come. It doesn't just pop in my head.
Especially 2 weekends ago.
Yeah. 2 weekends ago was pretty chill.
Okay.
That's it.
You're like at the end.
We honestly we've mentioned this. I've been enjoying the chiller.
I love that
nature of the winter season. Yes. It's been great. I watched the whole first season of True Detective.
Oh,
have you watched that?
Well, no, because remember I was telling you I watched the most recent one.
You were talking about the most recent one.
Yeah.
Have you watched the first season?
I feel like I started it. Everybody says it's one of the best series of television.
That's what I had heard as well. Okay. It's Matthew McConaughey and
yes, Jeff Bridges.
Nope.
No, what's his name?
I don't know. It's not gonna come to me. He's in Hunger Games. He's Haymitch.
I know. Is that not Jeff?
No. Okay. Should we look it up really quick?
Yeah.
Haymitch.
We can always...
I'm just gonna look up Haymitch. That's
who is Haymitch?
Not
Jeff. I know. Woody
Harrelson.
Yeah.
Yep. So it's those two.
Who's Jeff Bridges? I was like
Not
so
him.
confident.
So watch the whole season of that show that weekend. Pretty good.
It's dark, isn't it?
Very dark.
Yeah.
Weird. I really liked it. I don't know if I would put it in one of my favorite seasons of television ever, like other people have, but still really good. Definitely recommend it.
Okay.
Have you finished Fargo?
Yes.
Did you like that?
Yes, we did.
Okay.
I did like it. I did like it.
Did you like the ending? One of my favorite things was the ending where the main character's like mother-in-law visits him in prison.
Yeah.
And she had, do you remember that?
Yes.
And she had like paid all the people in the prison to like beat him up and like torture him basically for everything he had done to him.
Yes.
That was cool.
I did love how she became her daughter-in-law's supporter and advocate. Yeah. Yes. So I actually did really like that. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to give things away.
Yeah, I just gave it. I don't know if that was a giveaway, but it was.
Yeah.
It was kind of a giveaway. Sorry.
Okay.
He ended up in prison.
Like who's gonna watch it? Okay. Anyways, like I didn't like that Winston died. Winston from New Girl.
Oh yeah.
The cop. But I did like how that guy comes at the end and she's like, "Let's make some biscuits." So it was so funny to me that he just ends up being. But I love that she did that.
Interesting show for sure.
Yep.
So watched that whole season of True Detective.
Okay.
Did a dog meetup with friends. We went to Growlers in Seattle.
So cool.
Met up with two sets of friends with their dogs. Yeah. And I want to do more of those. Like Stevie loves like being around other dogs. And she definitely remembers dogs that she has met before. Like Stella and then Nellie and Kiwi and all these dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, she loves it. So this summer I want to do stuff at our house because we have a big backyard. I want to plan some dog barbecues. Yeah. Definitely do a third birthday for Stevie at our house. Adorable. With other dogs. So that was great. And then on Sunday went to church with my parents.
Oh yeah.
Went to lunch and that was great.
Awesome.
So that was kind of the weekend. That was 2 weekends ago.
Okay, that was 2 weekends ago. I also wrote down notes, Austin. I'm trying to keep up.
So proud of you.
Okay. Last weekend was when it was really nice.
Yes.
We pretended like it was summer and we hosted a happy hour on our deck. So we had a couple families over and then winter came back the next day and it was really cool.
This March I feel like is the month that is so all over the place in Washington. Like you have a few days that are like little hints and I guess that was still February, but going into March, April, you'll have like some little spring teasers followed by like it literally snowed this weekend. Did it snow for you down here?
Yeah.
It's crazy. And then it was sunny 10 minutes later.
Exactly.
Like,
it was like all the seasons in one day on Saturday.
I think PNW is confused from March, April.
Yeah. So okay, we touched on the fact that we got a sauna. So our old sauna blew off our deck.
Yep.
So we got a new one and we're super excited because we were able to use some of our insurance benefits for this. I'm like,
so cool.
It's amazing.
I need to learn how to do that.
Okay. It's honestly, and like, because there really are medical benefits to using a sauna. It's not just a bougie thing that you can do at the gym. So we actually got a prescription from our doctor on the benefits and why it was necessary for us to purchase this. And then with Chad's insurance, we have this program that we get whatever amount of money and it can go towards these bills that aren't covered. So
I'm going to look into this because this is...
You guys have it. I know. So anyways, so we get this barrel sauna. So we were able to kind of pick out a really nice, our old one was like a single person, tiny indoor sauna. We were able to get this large barrel 4-person sauna. What I'm getting at is Chad basically took the whole weekend and assembled this thing. The guy was like, okay, so this is about 1,300 pounds.
Oh my gosh.
And he's like delivering it in this like giant crate on our driveway. I was like, cool. So that was a big project that Chad did. I knew he was going to be preoccupied with that. So I told the girls, everybody can invite a friend and we can do a double sleepover Saturday night. I thought it would be cool.
Not cool.
It was exhausting. Bless their hearts. I'm telling you what, the middle school age sleepovers are phenomenal. These girls are respectful. They're fun. It's not totally crazy, but it's enjoyable. 9-year-olds are hit or miss.
Yeah.
There's some that I'm like, this is amazing. You're fun. You're very sweet and kind. Others I'm like, I don't know if you've been in public before. You are a wild child. Like,
Yeah.
it's just, you just don't know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
And I just don't know Piper's family friend. Like, I don't know her friends' families as well as I know Allie's.
Okay.
So anyways, it was a little intense.
Yeah.
But it's fine. We've recovered. I'm trying to think what else we did that weekend. Sunday, I think we were also at church. And then just continued building this on it. It really wasn't a crazy one. Going back to the shows, I will say I am unfortunately going to have to maybe not recommend Love is Blind as much as I have been in the past. What I'm learning, Austin, Love is not blind.
Yeah.
It is 2020. What's good vision?
Yeah.
Love is with clear vision.
Yeah.
It is definitely, it's just this last season has really opened my eyes up to how it's not really working.
I think that show had really good intentions.
Yeah.
And then I think what happened is the show became popular because of the concept, but then also because of the drama that came out of the show. Because they love the drama.
I love it.
Every season got more and more dramatic, I feel like. What I heard is that during the casting process for this most recent season, and this was somebody on TikTok who like interviewed, I guess, or was going to be on it or something. And she said a lot of the questions she was asked during the casting process is, what is your typical type? Like, what kind of guy do you like? Like, what do you like? What physical attributes do you normally look for in a guy? And so they focused on that during the casting process. So it's almost like they were ignoring the whole premise of the show to I don't know. It's just, I feel like they've lost touch with the purpose of the show and really bought into the drama because that's what gets ratings.
Right. It's unfortunate because the first couple seasons there were some really genuine connections, and it's funny. I saw some meme that was like one of the original couples that like made it and are still together. They were like, that was the purpose of Love is Blind. It is no longer needed now that couple has found each other, whatever. I think our season of Seattle people here was pretty good.
There's a few of those couples that are still together.
Yes.
So Bliss, I think, and Zach. Bliss is pregnant, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
Was it Kwame
and Chelsea?
I think they're still together. Is there anyone else?
Tiffany. What was his name? There was another couple that were together. So I think they're still together. This last one, I agree. It's become about the drama.
Yeah.
I think what would be really, really helpful and I think absolutely fascinating is if they actually brought in counselors.
Oh yeah.
It's funny. I just sent a video to my friend today about Love on the Spectrum versus Love is Blind.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, Love on the Spectrum, I don't know how I feel about this. I don't think this is going to be like morally like a good show.
Okay.
Ends up being phenomenal.
Yeah.
He's like, I love this show. It's the best show on television. And then he's like, Love is Blind. I've heard it's a really great show. And then after he watches it, I don't think this is morally a good show.
Yeah.
It's like the reverse or whatever. On Love on the Spectrum, they have a dating coach who comes and like talks to them and gives them tips. And I just think it's really, really sweet. And she's really, really good with them. And I was like, that would be so healthy for Love is Blind.
Yeah.
To actually have counselors come and do sessions with them. And just, a lot of it stems from probably other trauma or just communication styles, just different things that what a benefit if you had that.
Yeah.
And people would actually learn.
We've talked about the show before, couples therapy, right?
Right.
They should do a collab.
Yes.
Bring in the Orna from couples therapy to
100%.
coach or therapize these couples.
Yeah.
Is that a word? Therapize?
Therapize should be. It is now. So anyways, that was part of my weekend my last couple weeks has been watching the recent Love is Blind and really forcing myself to, admit I don't think it's blind and I don't think I love this show anymore.
Yeah.
Anyways,
sad.
It's sad. It's sad times. Okay. How about this most recent weekend?
Yeah. It was also great.
Yeah.
Friday nights did dinner with Chad and Cecily. Not your Chad, different Chad.
Good. I was like, who is this?
Who is Cecily? No. Went to Mio Posto, which is this Italian restaurant on Mercer Island.
Ooh.
I've never been to dinner on Mercer Island before, so it's kind of cool.
How far is that?
It is between Seattle and Bellevue. It's the little island. If you go across I-90, it's the little island you cross over. So nice little dinner with them.
Fun.
We made it so it was happy. We're trying to get there before 6 for happy hour.
Yeah.
There's a crazy accident on the freeway, so I had to take all these back roads. We got there 2 minutes before happy hour ended and placed our order really quick.
Okay.
It was a success.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, from there, we went to a game night with some other friends. Have I told you about Mox before? It's this like game board restaurant bar kind of thing.
I love it.
So there's one in Bellevue and one in Ballard in Seattle. And you go there and they sell games. They let you check out games for free to borrow them. There's a whole restaurant.
What?
There's a bar. There's like 2 little speakeasy rooms in there that are kind of cool.
Oh my gosh.
They host like game tournaments and stuff. We've been going there kind of often the last couple months.
We need this here.
It's very cool.
It feels like a theory-esque business.
It was slammed. Like we couldn't.
I'm sure.
We had to wait 2 hours. We had a group of 10 of us. We had to wait 2 hours for a table at the restaurant.
Okay.
Prior to that, we were trying to find a table in the other area just to play games.
Yeah.
And it was like we had to wait, and it was so packed. Parking lot was completely full.
Oh my gosh.
Clearly, it's a successful business.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was great.
Love
it. What was I gonna say? Oh, the demographics there are kind of funny. So a lot of the games, it's kind of, man, I don't know how to say this without being offensive. A lot of the games that are played there are quote unquote nerdy games. Okay. So we walk, there's like the restaurant, and then there's the other like main game room where they do tournaments and stuff. And there was a tournament happening. I bet there were 100 people in the room, and I counted how many women were there. Guess how many? 4. Ding, ding, ding.
Wow.
There were 4 women out of probably 100 people.
Wow.
So yeah, it was kind of funny.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Was it like one of those like Dungeons and Dragons?
I actually don't know what it was. It might have been like Magic the Gathering or one of those. Okay. That area of games.
Genre.
That genre, yes. But I thought that was funny. But we played a game called Avalon, which we were going to play Secret Hitler. Have we talked about that before?
No.
Okay. Secret Hitler is a great, very fun game.
Is it?
We brought it out, and they said you can't play that here because it can be because during the game it's a lot of like role playing. You try to figure out who the Nazis are and all that.
Feels like there's got to be a better name. Got to be better.
Yeah, they don't allow that game at that place.
Okay. Did you bring it from?
We brought games.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. It wasn't one that they had rented to you, and they're like, "Here you go."
No, you can check out games, but we brought our own.
Okay.
Games. We tried that, and then we ended up playing Avalon, which is one of those lying deception games that I love.
I do love those.
So fun.
Yeah.
That was Friday night.
Okay.
Saturday, chill morning. We talked about a little kerfuffle that Brian and I got into, but things happen.
Came out better for it.
We attempted to go to a dog park. But we pulled up and there were 0 dogs there. And it was just a mud pit. So we're like, that's not worth it. So we went on a hike instead with Stevie. Little creek hike, which is nice. And then ended up going, Brian and I went to dinner at we were going to go to an Indian place.
Yeah.
We got all dressed, showed up, and it was like takeout only. So we ended up audibling to a Thai place, which was some of the best Thai food we've ever had.
What do you mean by audibling?
Audible, like to change plans.
Is this a new word? What?
Have you heard that?
Audible, as in the app that I listen to books on?
Audible means to like change plans or to alter your path.
I have not heard this.
Really? I use that a lot.
Like similar to pivot.
Pivot. Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
I think so. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm misusing that word.
Let's not check it. Let's use it and just like see.
Audible definition is to
the sense of hearing.
A change in the offensive play called by the quarterback. So it's a football term.
It's a sports analogy.
But it also can be used to just mean you're changing your plans in general as well. So big sports guy over here.
Giant. Didn't realize.
I'm just gonna start using all these football terms.
Golly.
But yeah, amazing Thai food. Some of the best we've ever had. And then went home and played some Super Mario on the couch.
Love it.
Just a very chill Saturday.
Yeah.
Sunday, woke up, went to the gym, went to brunch with Brian's parents.
Fun.
Very cute little brunch diner kind of place.
Yeah.
Called J Berries or something like that.
Ooh.
But just like classic diner when you think
Is that
diner.
like Seattle area?
Renton. Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of near us. I've driven by it a few times and always thought it looked cute.
Yeah.
So. And then went on a walk with Stevie. Took a nap yesterday.
I love a good
glorious. Watched Survivor, first episode of Survivor that just came out.
Yeah.
And then I was very behind on work, so I spent a few hours last night just like prepping for the week, catch up on emails.
Okay.
And I really enjoy evening time on the couch watching a show while just getting through some work stuff. Like I enjoy that.
Yeah. Nice little combo.
Yeah. So
that's amazing. That sounds really good. Okay, so this last weekend, my girls were out of school on Friday. So I feel like Thursday we started. Again.
When were they out of school?
It's called a home learning day.
Oh my goodness.
Austin,
I feel like schools are getting a little crazy with all these days.
I'll tell you what, and we paid for ours. And we're like, what? It's every other week, I swear. It was fine. But again, I'm like, no school. Let's have friends over.
Yeah.
Chad's like, seriously. So Piper had a birthday party over the weekend. She was going to do a sleepover there. So I was like, let's just have tonight be just Allie's friends come and do a sleepover. So she had 2 friends over Thursday. I went out Thursday evening to a place. There's one in Seattle. There's one in Tacoma called Structure Cellars, little winery, cool. And super fun. I went with my friends Denise and Sydney, who you know, both of those ladies. And so we go. One of the best parts was he had his dog there. The host had his dog there.
Yeah,
and he kept coming over. It's just, any place where I can go, there's like an establishment and they have a dog. I'm like,
have you always been a big dog person?
Honestly, it feels like it's gotten stronger the older I've gotten.
It's for me the same. Now I'm a big, like typically, I think maybe before Stevie, if I saw a dog, I'd be like friendly with it. But now if I see a dog in public, I just want to give it a big squeeze.
Or squeeze it. Yeah. I have always liked dogs. Even when I was in college, I would dog sit, which was a great way for me to like make money. And then also like stay in cool houses in Santa Barbara.
Yeah.
I would, like dog sit.
Sounds great.
I loved it. So anyways, we go to this place and we're doing a tasting and so he keeps coming over and pouring us, drinks. Listen, I'm 40. I'm happily married. I'm with these 2 hot girls. Sydney is like just the cutest little thing. Apparently, our host appreciated her so much that after we left, he sent me a message because I had been the one to make the reservation.
Yeah.
So he sent me a text and he was like, hey, thanks for stopping by. Just a heads up. I put my card in Sydney's bag because we'd all made purchases. So he had brought bags.
Oh, wow.
So I'm like, Sydney, it's like, check your bag. And so she pulls it out and it had on the notes on his card, it said, call me.
Wow.
I was like, brave.
That's bold.
Soul. Bold.
Yeah.
So I'll follow up and see what's happened there. I'm not sure, but actually the place itself was great. And the wine, I enjoyed every tasting. I can't say that for every time I go wine tasting that I love everything I taste.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the wines there.
Wow.
So anyways, that was fun.
It's exciting.
Exciting times for everybody,
Getting hit on is always just a great feeling.
Golly. I can't remember what that's like. No, I'm just kidding. No, it was really funny actually. And then so that was Thursday night. Friday, because we didn't have school, the girls were all home. It was fun. They just like relaxed the morning. And then we were like kind of getting into crafts in the afternoon. Like they were like painting and making jewelry. And I love that. Like I really enjoy when my kids can like be creative and just not be on a screen. We've really been having this whole screen debacle. I actually have a follow-up question for you about this. But anyways,
do I limit CV screen time?
Yeah,
is that the question?
like what's her time limit? No. But Friday night, I had my parents over for dinner, which was nice. Usually, I just feel like sometimes with the family, it's like we see them, they're taking my kids or whatever, and it's always like this quick, in passing.
Yeah.
So it was nice to just like have them over for dinner, played a couple games. Hitler's no.
Secret Hitler.
Secret Hitler.
It really is a fun game.
Yeah. And then Saturday, Chad worked overtime. So it's just me and the girls Saturday. We ended up going to that coffee shop. I've mentioned it before, Happy Duo in University Place. They have really good pastries, but the girls got bubble tea this time and they worked on their schoolwork. And I started an audio. I went on a walk in the morning and I started an audiobook. And the rest of the day, I was like, I would listen to my book and fold the laundry. I'd listen to it and do the dishes. I would clean. It was a really nice way to listen to something, but like, I don't want to just sit and stare and listen to an audiobook.
Yeah.
So it kept me moving. I was like, I actually think this is helping me be productive.
Yeah.
So literally finished the whole book in the weekend.
Would you recommend it to?
I would. It was called Lie to Me, I believe. And the premise is like this couple goes to tour a house and they are snowed into this property. And it ends up being a former therapist who had gone missing. It's the house they're touring. And they find her like recorded session tapes. And anyways, kind of a little bit of a thriller.
Nice little real estate book.
Yeah.
As a reminder, we both are real estate agents.
Guess what I did on Sunday?
What'd you do?
Showed a house.
Oh my gosh.
Austin, I worked.
Doing things.
I went to work.
Love that.
Getting it done. I did have somebody say like, are you still in real estate? I was like, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not.
That's such a horrible question.
I know. So Sunday for me, I did. I went and showed a house. Chad came with me. It's a new buyer who's looking to purchase a house. So him and his girlfriend came, and we ended up meeting at an open house. And I will tell you what, we pulled up. The open house started at 1. I was there at 12:55. People were outside already.
Crazy.
To go. It was packed.
Yeah.
It was
Market's
amazing.
Heating up.
Really cute craftsman in North Tacoma. So I'm like, obviously.
Yeah.
So that was Sunday. After that, Chad and I went to Trader Joe's and kind of came home and just got ready for the week. We were talking to the girls about going out and doing something, and we ended up just getting cozy and staying in. And
that's happened to us so many times in the last month. We'll have plans to like go out to dinner or something. And we're like, man, we're home. Like it's getting dark out already. Like we don't want it. Let's just order pizza or let's just stay in.
Right. And that's the thing. We are notorious for going out. Like this is actually one of the first times we haven't gone to like a ton of restaurants. Like every day of a weekend, we would go and do something. Yeah. So we really are trying to be better about like eating at home. Yep. And so that was his thing. We were going to go and leave around 5. I was like, we leave now. There's no way we're going to eat at home. We're going to be out and about and just like, oh, should we just grab this or pick up this on the way? So we end up eating at home. By the time we're done with dinner, we're like, now everybody's ready to just see it. Yeah. So we pulled an audible and we just stayed at home and played a game.
Love it.
So yeah, that was the weekend. Nothing super crazy. I feel like I need to start upping my activities on the weekend so I sound cooler.
What was your screen time question?
Oh, okay. So the question was, can you remember a time as a child where you got in really big trouble? And like, what did you do and what was your punishment?
Oh, wow.
I know. That's not screen time, but it's gonna get there. I'm not surprised. Honestly, I was kind of like, I bet he won't have an answer to this.
I think when I was probably around 14, I lied. This is back in my
for the first time
straight days. I had a girl that I was talking to, and I told my parents I was just going on a walk, and I like was meeting this girl at the park, and I got in trouble for that. That came to mind. Another one that came to mind. This is actually a better story. When I turned 16, I got my driver's license, and for the first 6 months or something, you're only supposed to drive like immediate family or something. You're not supposed to drive anybody else.
Yeah.
I drove. So our friends, the Sherms, Sarah Sherm is the daughter.
Okay.
She is probably 2 years younger than me, maybe a year and a half younger than me.
Yeah.
And I drove her home from Red Robin to her house. And I swear I got somebody's permission to do that, but apparently I didn't. And we got pulled into her house, and her dad was just waiting there, and he said something. And this is now like a joke that they bring up all the time. Yeah. And apparently my dad and Casey is her dad. They were like on the phone, like laughing about this the whole time. But they're like, let's scare Austin and Sarah right now.
Yeah.
And so Casey comes up to my window and he's like, don't ever break the law with my daughter again. Or next time you break the law, don't involve my daughter. Or something like that.
Oh.
And then I go home to my house. I open the garage and my dad's sitting there like on a chair, also waiting for me, and just like gives me some speech.
My gosh.
So.
Are you believing everybody? Are you like, oh my gosh, I've broken the law?
No, I don't. I think I thought it was so silly. Okay. I'm like, are you kidding me? Because I swear I had talked to somebody about it or something.
You really didn't feel like you were being mischievous.
I didn't feel like I was.
You were like, I am helping a friend out.
Yes.
Okay.
But apparently I did break a rule. So, but I remember that being a big deal.
That's funny.
Yeah. Why do you ask?
Well, okay. So here was our dilemma. One of the nights in the last few weeks, the girls had gone to bed, and I usually our process is like Chad snuggles them, puts them to sleep, and I do all the morning stuff, right? I don't know what it was, but I'd gone into bed and then I decided, I'm going to go out and get water or something. But for whatever reason, I come out of my room around 10 and I notice that Allie's bedroom light is still on. I can see through the doorway that there's like a light on. It's 10 o'clock. And usually bedtime is like starts around 8:30 and then like it's asleep by 9 for them. So an hour later, I'm like, whoa. So I go in thinking like she's left the light on. I'm just going to sneak in as a caring mom and turn off the lights and that's it. I go in, they're both awake, sitting on the bed, watching on their iPad a show. And one of our rules at night is there's no electronics in their bedrooms. Like phone and iPads come out, we put it in a charging station.
So they know this is a big no-no.
Oh, for sure. So, and in my head, I think I'm going in to just turn off the light and then I go and I catch them taking an iPad that shouldn't have been in there and being away. Like, so to me, it's like a very, like, it's bad.
It's egregious.
It's unbelievable. Stop using all your vocabulary on me. So
I'm going to start bringing a word of the week.
I know. I'm like questioning if it's real. So I'm kind of beside myself. And I am just like, I don't know who you think you are or why you think this is appropriate, but this is not. And this is a big deal.
Get out of my house.
Kicked him out. So haven't seen him. No, just kidding. So I take stuff and
is Chad involved or is it just you?
So this is the thing. He's like, bless his heart, he's like asleep and I'm livid. So I pop into our bedroom like, they were on their iPad. And he's like shoots up out of bed and he's like grabbing his robe like, I'm gonna go yell at them. I was like, no. I was like, okay, it's late. I don't want to get all riled up. Like, we'll deal with it tomorrow. But he is equally like, we're both just like the disrespect. So then it becomes this thing of like, okay, so what do we do? Like, there's numerous things that have been broken as far as like rules in our house and trust and that. The best part is they wrote us, they come to say sorry. And then the next day they've prepared a speech. They've prepared a list of things. I think I have a picture of it. Oh my gosh, hang on. Let me find it. They had a picture of like, here are the things we want to talk about. Okay. So it's just a bullet point list. Number 1, sorry. Number 2, we did the wrong thing. Like they're like admitting. 3, we weren't tired. So 4, please forgive us. 5, this is the best. On a scale of 1 to 10.
This is the best?
This is the best.
Okay, you're saying. Okay.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how mad are you at us? The next one, please don't get too mad at us. The next, we were going to watch stuff to help us fall asleep. And then we were going to go to sleep soon. We didn't mean to wake you. I hope you forgive us. Love you.
Oh my gosh.
It's like a whole, so they had all these were the talking points they were going to bring up. My favorite.
That's amazing.
On a scale of 1 to 10. How upset are you?
I wonder how long it took them to prepare that.
Can you just imagine? Okay, so what do you think we should say? Writing down the notes. Like, we should ask on a scale of 1 to 10.
Yeah.
How upset. And then like,
just we know for next time.
Tell them we were going to go to bed soon. Write that down.
Oh yeah, that sounds good.
So it's just, and like Chad and I have been talking about this. I don't know. I mean, it is this weird thing with electronics and trying to figure out what's an appropriate amount of time. So I think we've talked about this. Like, we don't have a limit right now. We're trying to figure out what's the appropriate one. How do we also not ruin our lives by being like, there's no electronics at all? Because then that's like, then they demand our attention. And we're like, that's exhausting. So we're kind of in the thick of it with that. But I just thought, as far as like, I bet that'll be something as they get older, they remember as like a thing. We ended up, the consequence was we took their iPads for the weekend.
Okay.
And like the whole weekend they were grounded from that. But then we gave it. The challenge was Chad likes to throw things out like, you're never going to see these iPads again. And I'm like, you can't do that. Like, you say those things and then it happens that they see it again. And then there's, it's just so trying to also figure out like, how do we, scare them, but also make them believe us. So it's tricky.
Screen time is going to be one of the biggest challenges of this modern era. I really think so. With kids, with ourselves, it's like such a complicated thing.
I mean, that's probably where it starts, is with ourselves of like, okay, limiting what we're doing. So anyways, that was our adventure. Luckily this weekend they were a little bit busier. Pipes had a birthday party, so she went and did that on Saturday. So she wasn't even at home that much, but
there's one more thing I want to talk about.
Okay.
And that is that it is Girl Scout cookie season.
Is it?
Are you a Girl Scout cookie fan?
I do enjoy the is it a samosa? It's the ones with chocolate with a little coconut caramel.
Yes. Okay, have you tried them all, do you think?
I don't think so, actually. What are they?
I wanted to pull them up real quick and
please
quickly rank them. And there's actually way more than I thought. So let's just kind of I have pictures too. First one, Adventurefuls.
Never heard of her.
Never heard of it. Indulgent brownie-inspired cookies topped with caramel-flavored cream with a hint of sea salt. That sounds amazing.
She's new.
I'm trying that for sure. That's TBD. Caramel chocolate chip. Never tried this one either. Gluten-free. Try that. Okay, next one.
That's mine.
Samoas.
What
Caramel
did I call
Delights.
it?
That's an interesting.
I think I called it a samosa.
Samosa, that's an Indian food.
Savory pastry.
Samoas. So what would you rank this out of 10?
My number 1.
Okay.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Highly recommend.
I'm going 8 out of 10.
Wow.
Maybe 9. I really do like these.
Do you have a 10?
Yes.
I swear, if it's mint, I'm disowning you.
No. Do-si-do is the next one. Peanut butter sandwich.
I enjoy a good do-si-do.
Yeah.
On the dance floor and in my mouth.
I give this like an 8, maybe a little bit dry, but it's kind of like a Nutter Butter vibe. Great.
Oh my gosh.
Girl Scout s'mores. Have you tried
Never seen that.
Me neither. Definitely should try it. Lemonades.
Go
ahead.
I don't mind lemon. I actually really enjoy like citrusy things. Wouldn't be my first pick.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna turn my nose to it. I'm
gonna give this a 5.
Okay. I'm gonna actually probably go 6. I'm 6. A little bit more of a fan of lemon.
Cool. Lemon Ups, another lemon. I've never heard of this.
No, I've never heard of it. What's the difference?
This one has inspiring messages like, I am a leader.
Okay. I like the Lemon Ups because it's more encouraging.
Okay, these are my favorite. They're called tagalongs, aka peanut butter patties. Crispy cookies layered with peanut butter and covered with a chocolate coating.
Do you put them in the fridge? Make them cold?
I haven't. I probably would though, because I put Reese's in the freezer. Yeah. So these are a 10.
Those are
so good.
I'm still gonna go Samoas and then that.
Okay, I'm gonna go reverse order. These and then Samoas for me. But we're pretty similar. Yeah. Thin mints.
So I'm not the biggest mint fan.
Me neither.
I don't mind them, but I'm not. That's not my go-to.
I had a big debate with Brian's family about this.
They love it.
They all love. Well, no, Brian's mom and Brian both love thin mints. Okay. Brian's dad and I are both not big thin mints.
Yeah,
people. So I'll eat them if they're there, but it would be like not my top choice. Right. I also give this like a 5, maybe. A 6.
Yeah, I would do 5.
Toastier, never heard of it.
Never.
Nope. Toffee-tastic.
Ooh,
never heard of it.
But I want to.
Trefoils.
Those feel like the OG. That's like the original, like a butter cookie.
Iconic shortbread cookies inspired with it. Okay.
I like shortbread.
I want to get a box of each of these and try them all.
That should be an episode.
I should.
We just sample it.
Okay, so hot take is that Samoas and tagalongs are the best.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Give us a box of each of those.
Support your local Girl Scout troop.
Support your local Girl Scouts. Yeah, absolutely.
Were you ever into Boy Scouts?
No. Can you see?
Honestly,
maybe I could see it actually.
Just like the first level or 2.
I do like naturey things.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Speaking of naturey things, Love on the Spectrum. Have you seen it?
No.
Please, if you're gonna do something
I'm not
for me,
into dating shows.
Oh, this is different. This is like heartwarming. Like, you know the idea. They're on the autistic spectrum. Yep. And
this is not a PC question to ask. So they're functioning autistic.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I have a cousin who's autistic and she like can't talk. And
right.
Right. So it's not like that level.
Nope. Okay. These guys are all speaking. Most are all fairly living independently too. There's a few that live with their families, but most are really independent. That's the other part. It's like watching their families with them. Like, there's just so many things. But anyways, one of the characters, he's on a speed dating thing and he marks no for a girl and then writes a note, not big on nature. And his brother ended up making merch and it's sweatshirts and hat swag that says not big on nature or whatever. Anyways, you just remind me of that. So
wait, so the guy was not big on nature, or that was his problem with the girl?
Date. And it's funny because you're supposed to, right after they leave, you're supposed to check yes or no and then any comments. But he was checking it in front of her.
Oh, wow.
And so eventually the producer, whoever, asks him, hey, are you marking that while they're with you? And he's like, yeah, am I not supposed to? Like, just the social cues are like so endearing. And so anyways, it was super sweet.
I love nature.
Not big on nature. That was hilarious.
Big nature guy. All right.
Big
Thanks,
nature
Jamie.
guy. All right.
Episode 22.
Goodbye.
Honestly, I'm a little frustrated at Duolingo right now. I'm a big Duolingo fan. As you know, I've been doing it for over 1,000 days. Is that right? I think over 1,000 days.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. But I've been doing with Spanish, which I know some Spanish.
Yeah.
Japanese is brand new to me.
Yeah.
I've done it. Well, I started it prior to this month. I've actually done it probably like 10 days on Japanese.
Okay.
It's been the same 4 words.
Oh.
It's only been water, sushi, rice, and green tea.
So when I said konnichiwa.
I know that. That's like the one other word that I know.
Okay.
But pretty much I've done it every day and it's all the exact same 4 words. And I'm like, when do I start getting to the meat and potato? Like not like the hello and thank you and bathroom and those kind of things. So.
I want to say arigato for thank you. Thank you, goodbye. Like, I feel like that used to be when we'd leave a restaurant. They'd be like, arigato.
Can you start teaching me like a word of the week?
That's it. I've actually done it. Today, those 2 words
Japanese or arigato and
have you told people you're doing?
So that's my challenge for March. I did this. Yes. So I'm doing practicing Spanish every day.
Okay.
So, wow. I can't. Practicing Japanese every day in preparation for my Japan trip with Brian at the end of April.
Yes. Love it.
I'm very excited.
I think it's arigato.
Arigato. Konnichiwa.
Okay, bye.
If you want to know what rice is, it's gohan.
Oh, I
Water
didn't know
is
that.
miso. Green tea is ocha.
Oh.
Sushi is sushi. Those are your words of the week.
Sushi, I like that one.
That one's good.
That's fun.
It's like no in Spanish.
Yeah.
Nope. Thanks,
Love
Jamie.
it. Okay, bye.
Bye.